And we'll be switching gears now to, I think, one story which has dominated headlines in the beginning of this week. Helen Zille, the DA heavyweight, coalition builder, according to many, former mayor and queen of the Western Cape, is reportedly eyeing Johannesburg's top political job. Yeah, you heard that right. This is after the DA's top three candidates for the mayorship all turned down the post. The job, too tough. The pay, too little. The stakes, very, very monumental. Johannesburg, a city of over 6 million people, is teetering on the edge of collapse. You can all see it. Water cuts, power failures, potholes in every corner, as big as you can even have a picnic in. Governance that's fragmented by fragile coalitions and what many call outright incompetence. Zille says she's considering it, not because she needs the job, but because, in her view, the city needs saving. But what is that answer? Is this the comeback of a tried and tested political veteran, or the return of an old school political style that, according to many, belongs to a different era? And joining us now to unpack the implications of this bold political maneuver is governance expert Professor Koma. Prof, let's begin with the headline itself. Thank you so much for staying with us. Always a pleasure having you on Salam Media. Helen Zille as the next mayor of Johannesburg. What does this tell us? Is it a reflection of DA desperation, maybe, or political savviness of the party, or even both, maybe?
Yes, morning, Sililo. Thanks for the opportunity. The issue of Madam Helen Zille emerging as one of the front runners for the position of mayor of city of Joburg, of course, next year, is quite intriguing. Despite the fact that Madam Helen Zille has solid track record of having served as the mayor of the city of Cape Town for 2 terms, plus as the premier of the Western Cape province for 2 terms, one wonders, where is leadership development and succession planning within the ranks of the DA? So this issue of Madam Helen Zille emerging as a serious contender for the position, in my view, it's an indictment on the DA. But also my reading of the situation is that the DA may be crafting a political strategy that entails taking over the control of the city of Joburg following the conclusion of the 2026 local government elections, and also eyeing the control of the Gauteng province in the long run. And I think within the ranks of the DA, some believe that the person who fits the bill is Madam Helen Zille.
You mentioned something about the DA and the succession plan, and maybe younger leaders not emerging as much as you'd want. How would you respond to someone who says Johannesburg is in such a dire state right now that it requires someone who has the track record that of Helen Zille in the political arena? I mean, you look at her CV; she served in all 3 tiers of government. She served as the Western Cape's Education MEC, Member of Parliament, Mayor of Cape Town, and to many almost set the ground, for the Western Cape, for Cape Town to be where it is today. Clean audits every year, service delivery in a lot of places seems to be what we all want it to be, a CBD that, the city of Johannesburg can only dream of. How do you respond to that? Say, maybe politics aside, she has the track record. She has done it in almost all spheres of governance.
Absolutely, Sililo. I mean, if you follow the polls yesterday, which were run by some of the media outlets, overwhelmingly, the responses are positive, are saying Madam Helen Zille is a favorite, and also you can see that many ordinary South Africans still believe in her leadership experience and also political acumen to be able to turn around the city of Joburg. Because what we need in the case of the city of Joburg is capable political leadership that is able and committed to turn around the dire state of the affairs pertaining to the city. And that's the reason lately, if you look at the developments in the city of Joburg, they've now brought in what they call a bomb squad. And that is
The
also
bomb
an
squad.
indictment. A bomb squad is an indictment because at the moment you've got senior management employed, appointed by the city to run the affairs of the city. They are paid exorbitant salaries per annum. And now you ask yourself, uh, is this a motion of no confidence in the current crop of the senior management in the city, or what is at play? But those are clear signs that the city of Joburg require a leader at the helm who has the track record, who has the experience, but very important, commitment to ensure that basic services are provided in a more responsive, effective, and also efficient manner to the residents of the city.
Mm, mm. Prof, I wanna put the microscope on Johannesburg as a city itself. In practical governance terms, what does it say about the state of Johannesburg, the state of the city, if according to many, its future essentially hinges on someone from Cape Town with no current ties to the city other than, I don't know, a family cottage somewhere in a Marangia from what I've read. When you just analyze the failures of the inner workings of running Johannesburg and us finding ourselves where we are today, I mean, what does it say about the city of Johannesburg and its leadership woes over the last few years?
Yes, Silalo, you're right with your observation, and a clearest indication of the state of affairs obtaining in the city of Joburg, one has to refer to the latest Auditor General's report that
Mm,
also reveals this disappointing situation in respect to the city failing to use its allocated public funds or resources to be able to direct services to key areas of the city, but also ensuring that there is right skills and talent within the city that is able to fulfill the obligations and also the mandate that has been given to the political leadership of the city. Of course, in this instance, referring to the political leadership of the city, and the AG is also at pains to explain
mm,
how can this situation be allowed to drag on in this manner while the city has resources, there are skills available in the market, and there's no sense of agency and commitment on the part of the political leadership of the city to be able to draw on this talent and also ensure that there is a clear turnaround around the fulfillment of basic services and aspirations of the residents of the city.
mm, mm. One thing that really, stood out for me as I was listening to Helen Zille speak and, almost announce her bid for the city's mayoralship is she said it'll take more than 5 years to turn Johannesburg around. Just given the city's, decaying infrastructure and everything that we've mentioned around it, budget constraints, and where it finds itself today, is that even a realistic project? Plus minus 5 years for anyone, let alone someone approaching 75, to turn around the city of Johannesburg to become, the great golden city that we've always known it to be.
Yes, in a nutshell, she's saying there's no magic wand to turn around the situation facing the city. The dire state of infrastructure, you look at the quality of the roads, you have issues of potholes, you have the challenge of water shedding, you have illegal connections in terms of electricity. You have these growing informal settlements within the city and also the challenge of immigration that also adds to the burden that the city has to grapple with in terms of ensuring that every resident of the city is able to have access to basic services, water and sanitation, electricity, and health in the main. So she's quite correct to say realistically, it may take more than 5 years to turn around the situation pertaining to the city of Joburg.
Just in closing, from your perspective, from your analysis, from a leadership point of view, what would it take for Johannesburg to return to its former glory? What would it take for the city to become a world-class African city as it touts itself to be, given the rot that we're seeing? Or has it gotten to a point where it feels, and I'm speaking, I think, as a Johannesburg resident myself, it feels the rot has gotten out of hand to a point where there's nothing to salvage anymore?
Yes, so Silelo, the good thing about the city of Joburg is that it's sitting with large resources. So resources is not a problem. What is needed is political maturity, political capability, plus professional talent within the senior management and middle level management of the city, because that is the crucial layer of the organization that is able to bring skills and also competence to ensure that there are clear achievements around some of the service delivery targets, performance targets that get set by the city. So I think if there's a blend of the two, you have political maturity, experience on the one side, plus this capable senior management, and to some extent your middle level management, the city should be able to turn around the situation, but very important, respond to the needs, the interests, and aspirations of the residents of the city.
All right. I think we're going to leave on that note, Prof. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure. Really, really appreciate you giving us your time.
Pleasure.
There you go. That was Professor Sam Koma. He's a governance expert. And yeah, what do you think? Johannesburg is crumbling under the weight of mismanagement. There's failing infrastructure on almost every corner of the city. There's fractured coalitions. Now, Helen Zille, the DA's federal chair and political comeback queen, is flirting with the idea of stepping into the mess as Johannesburg's next mayor. Is this a bold leadership that we all require? We're saying someone must step up, eh? Pagama. Helen Zille, is that the moment? Or a desperate gamble by the Democratic Alliance, which, is seeing its constituents being eaten from by other emerging political parties. We have the local government elections coming up. You have the MK, which is proving to be quite strong for some reason. And they seem to become very, very unpopular. They've lost the title of official opposition in the country. They've went to this government of national unity, which in itself is proving very, very difficult for them to maneuver around. Is this a new way for the DA to say, hey, we're still here, we're still very, very much relevant, and in true DA style, they want to prove it by governing? What are your thoughts? Do you think Helen Zille is the answer to Joburg's government crisis, or should the city's future lie in the hands of new local leadership? You can join the conversation on X, formerly Twitter, on our various social media platforms, and you can tell us what you think. As a resident of the city, do you think Helen Zille is the answer? Would you love to have Madam Zille as your new mayor? You can engage with us. Our CEO line is 061 766 0355. That's WhatsApp. If you want to call us, that's 01168000355. And yeah, let's get your engagements. Imagine, eh? Helen Zille at the helm in the city of Johannesburg. Wouldn't that be something? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues. We're going to be shedding light on a very, very important story. South Sudan, the humanitarian crisis that's unfolding in that part of the world. 165,000 people have fled. There's a genocide, a humanitarian crisis of proportions that I don't think we are giving enough attention to, and we'll be uncovering more on that with South Sudan-based journalist, writer, editor, essayist, and content creator Manyoin Mayen, who's coming to us live from that part of the world. So yeah, stay in touch, stay in tune. This is Salam Media. We'll see you after this.